Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because in this channel, we uncover the hidden stories behind coins that the world has long forgotten, coins that carry not just metal, but memories, mysteries, and sometimes, millions. And now, close your eyes for a second and imagine the year 1981. South Africa was a very different place, a time of change, struggle, and resilience. The world was shifting, economies were uncertain, and yet in the midst of it all, small pieces of metal were being minted that would outlive politics, leaders, and borders. One of those little pieces was a coin worth just 5 cents. Small in size, yes, but massive in story and, as you'll soon discover, in value. The 1981 South African 5 cents coin might seem ordinary at first glance. It's small, copper-colored, and unassuming. But for collectors who know what they're looking at, this coin is like a time capsule, a frozen echo of a nation finding its place in a changing world. Minted during a period when South Africa's currency was undergoing subtle but significant shifts, this coin represents the last era of true craftsmanship before modernized minting took full control. Picture the obverse, the front side. There, engraved with careful precision, stands the proud profile of Jan van Riebeeck, the Dutch colonial administrator whose face once symbolized the country's roots in European settlement. Around his portrait, the words South Africa appear in both English and Afrikaans, a reflection of a bilingual nation navigating its identity. For most, it's just an image. But for those who lived through that time, that face carries weight. It reminds them of the way things were, the sound of a newspaper on a Sunday morning, the feel of old banknotes, the crackling radio reporting world news from faraway places. Turn the coin over, and you find something beautifully humble, the blue crane. South Africa's national bird, delicate yet proud, its wings mid-stretch as if frozen in a quiet dance. It's not just a bird. It's a symbol of grace, balance, and endurance, qualities that speak to the very soul of a generation that worked hard, fought hard, and believed in the value of every small thing. For many, that 5 cents might have been part of a child's first pocket money, a tip for the paper boy, or change left on a shop counter after buying a loaf of bread. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. In the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, not all coins are created equal. You see, in 1981, something unusual happened at the South African Mint. A small number of 5 cents coins were struck with a slight variation in metal composition. Some say it was due to a temporary shortage of the standard bronze-plated steel, while others whisper that it was a quiet test minting, never meant to be released. These rare variations ended up circulating for only a brief moment before being replaced by standard issues, and that's where the magic lies. Because rarity in the coin world is like a heartbeat. The fewer that survive, the louder that heartbeat becomes. A coin that was once worth less than the price of a cup of coffee suddenly becomes a relic of immense worth, not because of what it's made of, but because of how few like it exist, and how deeply it connects to memory, history, and identity. Imagine holding that coin in your hand today. Its edges slightly worn, its copper tone faded from years of touch. But beneath the wear lies a story that money can't quite measure until, of course, the collectors come calling. Over the past decade, the 1981 South African 5 cents coin has grown in reputation. Collectors from across the world, from London to New York to Cape Town, have been chasing it, especially the rare mint-era versions and those in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. Each time one surfaces at an auction, the price climbs higher, as if the coin itself is rewriting its destiny, cent by cent, story by story. It's funny to think about it. A coin that once jingled in pockets and dropped between car seats, forgotten for years, now sits behind glass in private collections, insured and guarded like a treasure. It's the kind of irony that only time can create. What was once common becomes priceless simply because it has survived. For men of a certain generation, there's something poetic about that. You've lived through times that tested strength and patience. You've seen things built, broken, rebuilt. You've learned that true value doesn't always announce itself, it hides, waiting for those who know how to look deeper. The same is true for this coin. Its worth isn't just in its metal. It's in what it represents: endurance, history, and the quiet passage of time. Now, let's take a step back and think about the journey of a single coin. Minted, stamped, released into circulation. It travels from one hand to another, slipping through generations. Maybe it was given as change to a young man buying his first pack of cigarettes in the early 80s. Maybe it was tossed into a drawer and forgotten when the rand changed design. Maybe, just maybe, it was picked up decades later by someone who saw not a coin, but a story waiting to be told. That's the beauty of collecting. It's not about greed. It's about connection to time, to people, to the unspoken emotions that cling to objects. A coin like the 1981 5 cents is more than currency. It's a bridge between past and present. So the next time you come across an old jar of change, don't brush it aside. Look closely. Because among those dull, faded coins, there might be one that carries not only history but fortune. And if you're wondering how much fortune we are talking about, hold your breath, because this humble little 5 cents coin, under the right conditions, with the right markings and minting variations, has been valued by expert collectors at an astonishing $20 million. Yes, you heard that right. $20 million for a coin that once barely bought you a piece of gum. It's more than money, though. It's proof that value is often hidden in the things we overlook. That even the smallest pieces of our past can one day shine brighter than gold. So, if you ever find a South African 5 cents coin from 1981, don't dismiss it. Turn it in your fingers, feel its weight, remember the time it came from, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined.